Did you? How are your triglycerides? Let me ask you.
Oh God, people hate when I've already got one guy telling me, I'm so tired of Nash fucking reading his fucking blood work.
What, a listener said this?
Yeah.
When else did you read your blood work? Was I absent that day?
I don't know.
So apparently normal triglycerides. And for anyone who doesn't know, like I didn't know before.
Okay, here's my.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's my endocrine system.
Triglycerides are, it was described to me by my doctor, it said all the good stuff. Pasta, bread, potatoes.
Triglycerides are fat in your blood.
Right. I guess caused by carbs.
It should be less than 150.
Correct.
Mine is 76.
You're incredible. Good for you.
My total
you win this contest. You want to know mine?
Yeah.
Take a guess. Take a guess. A 1/3 Italian guy living in New Jersey. What my triglycerides?
305.
378.
Okay. My total cholesterol was 91. My HDL was 44. My LDL, which is my bad cholesterol, was 32.
Well, those all sound like good numbers. My numbers were good except for the triglycerides. So you should probably start shopping for another co-host.
So here's one for you. So I stopped drinking, okay? Again, cold turkey. I probably killed my son. Almost killed me. I found out that my C-reactive protein went through the roof because you just can't stop doing anything like that. You can't drink for 60 fucking years and just go up lame. So all of a sudden, different things fucking happen, and your liver is where your C-reactive protein comes from, and my enzymes were all fucked up because I was shitting pumpkin. I told you my pumpkin looked like, or my feces looked like the shit you put in pumpkin pie. So after like three or 4 weeks of that, I looked at my wife. I said, you know what? I'm so fucking tired. I'm doing everything right. I'm scaring the shit out of myself. So I drank a couple glasses of red wine. Woke up the next morning to a dark stool, and I was just like, "Oh, okay." And then I read some. The worst thing you can do as soon as you go down the rabbit hole of WebMD, you're so fucked.
Forget it.
You're fucked.
Do not do that to yourself.
So I did that, and it just like it starts off by saying. It's a couple of, it's really nothing. Then then it goes from that to, you could be, colon cancer. Or you also could be unaware of the fact that you took the kill shot at the grassy knoll. It's like every fucking thing possible, in this WebMD. So I looked it up, and I'm just like, okay, so what can I do homeopathically? And it's like NAC. And what NAC does is NAC makes your body produce glutathione. And so it's like I just basically went and I went to a holistic place and got a bunch of things. And then I got a product called, oh God, it's a protein, but it's got 20 grams of oh God, there's soluble fiber, and then there's the other fiber.
Non-soluble fiber.
No, it's shit.
Now NAC, go back. I never heard of it. NAC.
NAC. It stands for something.
I tried it once, but I didn't. Nothing happened. But I realized I was listening to the NAC, my Sharona, but it wasn't the band.
No,
they
no.
wanted me to use a supplement.
No, you beat me to that. I was going hard to try to get to my Sharona. So now I'll go to my longevity doctor, and when I get back on Tuesday, I'll get a glutathione push. And I'll do one a week for 3 weeks, and because my C-reactive protein went from 0.2 to like 5.1.
So this is all. Let's go back. This is all from going cold turkey.
Cold turkey.
No wine anymore.
Yes.
Wow.
And basically,
So then, what's the
fucked
answer?
my system up.
Stepping down.
Stepping down.
Okay.
Stepping down. And then it said, as you went into it, some people's inflammation markers are actually better if they have a glass of wine. And that's what the old thing was. It's better to, and it's like, and every doctor says, no, it's better just not to drink at all, which that's great if somebody that has never drank. If I had never had a drink in my life, then absolutely. But I've been drinking since I was in 7th grade, so it's like.
Right. Well, but they do say that wine is a bit of a different. All the alcohols have different effects on you.
I mean, wine until you uncork it is actually a living organism.
Right, because of the yeast, right? Yeah. Javi El Sampler Pod. What's your opinion on Spanish and Argentinian wines? I like them as they are good quality versus their cost. Do you have any that you would recommend?
The Malbecs are I think it's called Rojo, R-O-J.
Rojo?
Rojo, is that what the Spanish?
Yeah,
wine?
for red.
Yeah, they're both a little too. They're just that I just like a fuller bodied wine than that. I think they're fine.
They're too light.
Yeah, it's just like somebody saying, like, if somebody was to tell me, like, oh, what I like is a good Beaujolais, I'd be like, what? Like, drink that for like a month. I put that shit in the refrigerator.
It's more fun to say than Merlot, though.
Yeah.
Beaujolais. Mongo says, I was at a nitro in Greenville, South Carolina when Scott came out, quote unquote, drunk. You and Bischoff came down to get him to the back. My question is, was that a work? It's always been a question between me and my buddies.
Work.
Okay. Mongo says, I was at a nitro in Greenville, South Carolina when Scott came out, quote unquote, drunk. You and Bischoff came down to get him to the back. My question is, was that a work? It's always been a question between me and my buddies.
Work.
Okay. Mongo says, I was at a nitro in Greenville, South Carolina when Scott came out, quote unquote, drunk. You and Bischoff came down to get him to the back. My question is, was that a work? It's always been a question between me and my buddies.
Work.